All of the work we've done has been very central to our mandate. We're an access college. We believe in the value of education at every level, and not more than the value, the absolute necessity. So the work we have engaged in with our international partners has been very much focused on our mandate and our passion. It's about the role of education in democracy, in fact, in building and sustaining a civil society. It has to be founded on education, and it has to be founded on education for all. I want to emphasize how much of a two-way street this international development is, in terms of learning about the world, examining our own practices, communicating best practices, but we have never gone into any of these projects where we haven't learned as much as we've given. The gradual development and evolution of that global perspective in our college, it's one of the outcomes, the essential skill outcomes we want our students to leave the college with. Intercultural competence. They live in a global world, as do we. We have a responsibility to prepare them for that as much as we can. And certainly internationalizing the campus in a very thoughtful and planful way is one way to do that.
We've started to do more work with the international unit, and it has, as we've developed the relationship with Cassandra and Amy and the folks from that department, where everyone is benefiting from that relationship in a number of ways. She really enjoyed the process because she said it was a totally different culture for her to work with, and again, those kinds of relationships strengthen the two departments. It also, by extension, then strengthens the work that we do in the college.
I have had the opportunity to go to Ghana and work with the participants in Ghana to teach methodology in the literacy and numeracy area. I must say I'm very fortunate to have been able to go there, because I believe that a community college is truly a community college when they work together with communities all over the world. What I think is important for me is that I really appreciate how much we really have here, but also I think for us all to understand how we can work in different ways together, and that the resources we have definitely are important, but I think it's more important is how we work together as a team.
I had been involved in the Ghana project Toolkit for Change. I went with David Watkins to basically survey the informal business sector. And so to be able to go out to the rural areas and interview people and see how their lives are impacted by even technology or change or modernization was quite interesting. The difficulties that they face as business owners usually typically revolved around not being able to get capital to run their businesses. And so our survey really tried to pick out how could we help them as a training institution. Certainly I probably learned more than what I passed on, and I felt very privileged to go.
The Teaching and Learning Center was invited to participate in with the Ghanaians and the Namibians when they were in Calgary in late August. We would offer them the Instructional Skills Workshop, which is a 24-hour experiential workshop that we also provide to Bow Valley College staff. and it uses a model and emphasizes participation as one of the ways that learners can learn best. It was an experience we all enjoyed. It was a tiring experience, but it was certainly well worth it. What we learned from this experience was certainly that we're so much more the same than we are different, and that a number of the challenges that they were facing for funding and the political realm in education are very similar to some of the challenges that we face here in Canada. And so we were able to brainstorm and come up with ideas that they might be able to implement in their home countries as well. On a personal note, I enjoyed meeting the individuals who were here from Ghana and Namibia, and look forward to having other opportunities to be involved in projects like this.
In 2004, I applied for a CETA internship with Bow Valley College, which was to be working with the Namibia Community Skills Development Foundation, where I helped the foundation support unit administer a vocational training program. An excellent experience. I got to see all of Namibia and work with some cultures that I had never had any experience with, and learned a lot from them and how they do things. I've been back a few times now with the college in my present capacity as an employee, and it's been very interesting to be back in that respect as an employee, because it's on the other side. Rather than being somewhat of an employee of the foundation there, I'm now an employee of the college who is their partner. So I'm seeing both sides of things, and that's very interesting, and again get to see more of the learner side of it.
In a wonderful little town named Swakopmund, and I worked from sunup to sundown in a community center teaching local workers how to do crafts that could be used as products in cottage industry. On a personal level, I wouldn't have exchanged the experience for anything. Every day I woke up and said, how lucky am I to be doing this. It was just absolutely incredible. Coming back to work was new eyes all the way. I really felt like I had that international experience that I hadn't been able to acquire while I was tied to my regular workplace. Just a wonderful benefit to the college as well. You just come back knowing more, understanding more, and doing your job better. So.
There was a lot of things in there that they thought, okay, this is a really important step. I have to make sure that I don't skip this with my students. So the model itself was really helpful, and it was really interesting teaching them. How I brought that back into the classroom was, again, just it made me remember I can't move on to something and I can't get an end product without first making sure they have the skills, they understand why they're doing it, they understand exactly how to do it and what is expected of them.
My first experience was being involved in the advisory committee for the Learn to Earn tourism training, providing some essential skills, advice, and expertise. My director, Conrad Murphy, has been very supportive. I think he's particularly happy that there's an essential skills component, because not only does it give us the opportunity to spread our message across cultures about essential skills and their value and how important they are, it also strengthens the staff. It gives us a lot more experience that we wouldn't necessarily be able to get through our normal work roles.